Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. Jason Dedeker, how are you doing on this fine, fair evening?
I'm doing okay. I got a little bit of allergies going on right now.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Of those
Santa
Ana winds, yeah.
Santas and Santas.
So I apologize to our listeners if I do any sniffling, but I will try to keep it in check.
Yeah.
I have heard that drinking helps actually with congestion.
Because
really?
It, what, dehydrates you?
I wonder if that's part of it. I heard it was because it causes like your blood vessels to like relax or something, and so it flows out of it. I don't know what it is. Anyway,
that doesn't make any sense because it's like you want a vasoconstrictor, something that constricts the blood vessels, because that will reduce the swelling in your mucous membranes.
Maybe it does that too. Maybe it's just the dehydrating. Like Jace, it makes them less inflamed.
Figure out your vasoconstrictors, okay?
Jeez. Gosh. But yeah, I'm excited to. This is the last of 3 episodes.
Whoa.
In the book of Leviticus.
Whoa.
Right? Only 2 more after this.
Penultimate.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The penultimate.
Yeah. Well, Dedeker, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy that we're getting close to the end of Leviticus. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
It really has been. I appreciate that there's been a lot of stuff here for us to sink our teeth into, as it were.
Yeah.
A lot of blood and guts and semen and penises and discharges.
Wow.
And it's just really the salt of the earth, this part of the Bible.
Yeah.
It really is. Do you remember what we talked about last time?
No, that was the time before when we talked about the homosexuality.
Well, we talked about the homosexuality again last time, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about no blended fibers.
Oh, yes. Linen.
That came up then.
No, linen is good. But
linen, don't mix your linen with your wool.
Okay.
We reiterated, don't do incest.
Yeah, don't do it.
Just in case you forgot.
You forgot. Like, don't you dare.
We started getting into the special rules that Aaron's people need to follow.
Oh, yeah.
You can only have a virgin for a wife, so don't get any ideas.
Right. And
don't you go liking those non-virgin people.
Yeah.
And like the priests can't have any physical deformities.
Yes,
I think
exactly.
Also.
Exactly.
What else? I felt like there was something else that was a little weird about.
Yeah.
Gosh, what was it?
I don't know.
Something about oh right. It was that the having sex with a woman while she's on her period was like you were like banished for that.
Oh yeah.
And previously it was just that you were unclean. Oh, was that what it was? That
I
it was
think
the
so.
priests?
Maybe it was for the priests. I don't remember.
But
I do remember
like,
that
wait,
sudden
what?
switch in the rules, that it went from just being unclean to being like, no, we're going to banish both of you.
Yeah.
We did learn, like, if you commit adultery or if a guy rapes a woman that belongs to someone else, they both get killed.
Yeah.
Stoned to death.
No, if it's a slave, he just pays a fine.
Yes.
Right.
Slaves are okay, just a fine.
Right.
In our bonus content, we wax philosophic about the psychology of burning other people alive.
Oh yeah, it was cheerful.
Yeah.
Cheerful bonus episode.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, what are we drinking? Because we need to drink.
We're
drinking
the same thing today.
We are.
Yeah.
We are drinking a Cabernet Sauvignon at the Rubble.
No,
lies.
Wrong.
Oh.
We already
That's what
drank
we
that
were
one.
drinking.
Oh, we already drank.
Yeah.
Dang it.
No, we're drinking a Tempranillo.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's really good.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of this Tempranillo?
It's like Tarantius or something.
Tarantino?
Smell it.
No,
Tarantino,
not
that's good too.
Yeah, something like that. It has little like devil horns.
Oh,
so
cute.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's
Cute.
Appropriate.
kind of appropriate, but
Yeah.
you know, in the bad way.
Yeah, at this point for me, it's just like red wine. Yeah, right, man. I don't even like taste.
Just whatever
the
will help my
subtleties.
sinuses.
What?
Yeah,
you
whatever.
don't taste the subtleties? Dedeker, I expected more from you.
What, from me? What, in
Yes.
training his
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I'll train his tongue.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, that's not
Let's
this kind of
read
podcast.
the Bible. How about that?
Well, what are we reading today?
All right. Today we're continuing on with Leviticus chapters 22 and 23.
That's it.
That's
Two
it.
chapters.
Just 2 chapters. And we want to remind everybody to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen to us while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, Leviticus 22. Okay. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to Aaron and to his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel, which they make holy to me, and that they not profane my holy name. I am Yahweh." Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
Oh,
here we go
boy,
again.
okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
we
that-
forgot to recall that this entire the last chapter was all about I am Yahweh, and we got really
It was like
drunk.
36
Yeah,
times. That
it
was
a
awful.
problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to take small sips in preparation.
Yeah, that's
Irony
a good
is,
idea.
for being a show called Drunk Bible Study, I don't appreciate getting that drunk when we're recording.
Wow.
Because I do like being able to remember
Yeah.
things
Inebriated Bible
and make
study.
good
yeah.
jokes, you know?
Buzzed Bible study.
Yeah, okay.
Buzzed Bible study. That's got a good
Oh,
ring
that's
to it,
good.
too.
Yeah.
The BBS.
Ooh.
Welcome to the BBS.
We're not going to change that though now.
Yeah, that'd be a tough retcon.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell them, whoever he be of all your seed throughout your generations that approaches to the holy things, which the children of Israel make holy to Yahweh, having his uncleanness on him, that soul shall be cut off from before me. I am Yahweh.
Wait. Whoever he be of all your seed that approaches to the
It's
holy
if
things.
you're unclean and you approach a holy thing, you're cut off from me. It's a little bit
That
hard
was
to parse
really
that.
convoluted.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
They,
come on.
they did some adventures in syntax
Yeah,
in that
I-
translation for sure.
Like we have to read the sentence backwards
Yes.
in order to understand it. Okay.
Whatever man of the seed of Aaron is a leper or has an issue.
Just any issue or
No,
an issue
You think
from
like a
his
discharge?
penile head.
I think so, yeah.
Ew. He
Yeah.
shall not eat of the holy things until he is clean.
Huh.
Whoever touches anything that is unclean by the dead, or a man whose seed goes from him. It's like it's just running away.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Oh, lost control there. Or whoever touches any creeping thing whereby he may be made unclean, or a man of whom he may take uncleanness, whatever uncleanness he has, the soul that touches any such shall be unclean until the even, and shall not eat of the holy things unless he bathe his flesh in water.
Because water, completely
It'll work.
completely gets rid of
It'll do.
anything.
It'll do. When the sun is down, he shall be clean, and afterward
Oh.
he shall eat of the holy things, because it is his bread. That which dies of itself or is torn by animals, he shall not eat, to defile himself therewith. I am Yahweh.
Drink.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go. This party's getting started now. We're only on verse 9 and we've already had, 3 I am Yahwehs?
Yes. Okay.
So wait a minute. They can only eat things which they have killed, not that just
Yes.
goes
Or
off
that
and
someone
dies
else
in the
has killed.
wilderness.
Yes.
Okay.
Not that it died by itself or that another animal killed.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
There
Nine.
shall. Oh,
They shall therefore keep
They shall
my-
therefore keep my charge, lest they bear sin for it and die therein if they profane it. I am Yahweh who sanctifies them. I think that counts
Yeah, I
as
think
a
that
drinking.
counts.
Okay, small sips, everybody.
Yep.
Teeny weeny sips.
Mm-hmm. There shall no stranger eat of the holy thing. A sojourner of the priests or a hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing.
Being the offerings and stuff.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
But if a priest buy any soul, the purchase of his money, he shall eat of it. And such as are born in his house, they shall eat of his bread. Oh, okay. So
if
if
he
the
buys a
priest has a
slave-
slave, the slave could eat some of that holy food.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Huh.
Okay. If a priest's daughter be married to a stranger, she shall not eat of the heave offering of the holy things.
Of course not.
Just the heave offering.
Yes, but
Any other offering.
if a
is
priest's daughter be a widow or divorced and have no child and be returned to her father's house, as in her youth, she shall eat of her father's bread, but there shall no stranger eat of it.
fine. Wait, meaning
Meaning, if a priest's daughter is married off to someone else, she can no longer eat those things. But if she divorces or is widowed and comes back, then she can eat those things again.
that's unfortunate. Like, what about like Thanksgiving?
You gotta have it at the husband's place.
Yeah, it's a husband Thanksgiving. You know,
Yeah.
you do it with your new family.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's an odd law.
yeah.
Like,
It is, yeah.
why? I mean, no. So there's no like dinner at the in-laws, like ever.
I guess not.
Yeah.
No, there really isn't. I mean, think about it. The tradition of women being married off,
Mhm.
it's straight up. You like that's your new family.
Yeah.
And you are, in many cultures, you're expected to be more devoted to taking care of your in-laws than you are to your own parents.
Wow.
Like, that's not unheard of.
Because you're
in some
now part of
cultures,
the new
'cause
family.
You belong
So, like,
to them now.
Right.
But the guy, if it's a male, then they are still devoted to their original parents.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Which is why, like, the priest's wives get to eat the holy food.
Oh,
And their
yes.
kids get to eat the holy food because they
As long as they belong to a man
the male
who is the
priests.
priest,
Yeah.
then
But if Aaron happened to have a girl, a lady,
Yeah.
and she got married off,
she
like,
could
and
no
she's no
longer
longer-
partake.
She's no longer part of his
Yes.
clan anymore.
Yes.
what if she just wants Aaron to love her?
Well,
Too bad.
we don't really talk about filial love in this chapter, at least not that I think.
Yeah. This is more about the laws and not about the
okay.
loves.
All right.
If a man eat of the holy thing unwittingly, then he shall put the fifth part of it
What?
to it, and shall give to the priest the holy thing. Okay.
What?
Is it just me, or does it feel like the translation got way more dense in this chapter?
The last one was a little rough too.
I
Like
know
it was
that
just
this
a little
is-
weird.
that
Did
the
someone
world-
new write this, maybe?
Well, this is the World English Bible, which is an open source translation
Oh.
of the Bible that was translated by several people, right?
Yeah, but it's not. But it's like translations based on other translations and checked by
Yes.
multiple people. It's not like
Huh.
just. It's not like Wikipedia
Willy-nilly.
entries where anyone's
I
kind of.
still feel like there's something here where they just amped up the esoteric, impenetrable quality.
Of the language,
Yes,
yeah.
a little bit.
It has gotten a little more confusing.
Can you please
recently.
look up other translations for verse 14?
Already on it. Okay. If the Good News Translation. If any people who are not members of a priestly family eat any of the sacred offerings without intending to, they must repay the priest its full value plus an additional 20%. They really
Jeez.
did the
Oh,
math for us.
So
there.
that's what they
Right.
mean by put the
The
fifth,
fifth
part,
part of it,
to
okay,
it.
is
Yeah.
with
it
interest.
to it,
Wow.
and shall give the priest
Okay.
the holy thing.
They
Wow.
shall not profane the holy things of the children of Israel, which they offer to Yahweh, and so cause them to bear the iniquity that brings guilt when they eat their holy things. For I am Yahweh who sanctifies them.
And a drink for that.
And a drink for like what again? Because maybe if
For I am Yahweh who
Mhm.
sanctifies them.
No, I know. I mean like.
Oh, what
I
did we
still
actually
am like,
read?
what are we? What
I
did
was
we
focused
say?
on the drinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
They
so-
shall not profane the holy things. And so, okay, so just don't profane the holy things, basically, because then that's going to reflect badly on the priest.
Like if you ate it without like realizing it and then repaying and giving the extra 20%,
Yeah.
then you will profane the holy things
And then
and
that's all-
cause them all to bear
yes.
the iniquities that bring guilt when they eat the holy things.
Oh, I
I
see.
see. So you've messed it up for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you do that?
Don't
yeah,
do
don't
that.
do it.
Okay.
Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and to his sons and to all the children of Israel, and tell them, Whoever he be of the house of Israel, or of the sojourners in Israel, that offers his offering, whether it be any of their vows, or any of their freewill offerings, which they offer to Yahweh for a burnt offering, semicolon, that I don't think needs to be there, that you may be accepted, you shall offer a male without blemish, of the bulls, of the sheep, or of the goats. But whatever has a blemish, that you shall not offer, for it shall not be acceptable for you.
Can we
that was a
kind
lot.
of parse back through this?
Also, the fact that still, how long has Moses been sitting here, do you think?
Oh, poor Moses.
And just that it's all like, speak to Aaron,
Yeah, tell Aaron this.
Oh, by the way, tell Aaron. And he's like, can
Yahweh,
you tell him yourself?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So hang on. I'm trying to wrap my head around this though. So whoever be of the house of Israel or of the sojourners, so people visiting Israel too,
Yes.
that offers his offering,
Yes.
or any kind of offerings,
Yes. Any kind of offering has to be a male.
just without blemish. Okay, that was just a
Yes.
lot to say.
For
no
just
blemishes.
that.
Got
Yes.
it. Got it.
Okay.
So a male bull, sheep, or goat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if it has a blemish, don't offer it.
What is
not
a
acceptable.
blemish? Maybe we can talk about
Maybe
this.
if it's deformed or.
But what if, like, like my cat has a slight, like, mustache-looking thing near his nose, and it kind of looks like a Hitler mustache. And to me, like, some people might be like, okay, that takes away from his beauty. Would that be a blemish?
You better not sacrifice him for Yahweh
don't
then.
I would
sacrifice him.
never. He's
Probably-
my baby boy.
I don't know if Yahweh would accept a cat sacrifice either. That sounds like too much like an Egyptian thing.
I don't think
You
they would
know.
sacrifice him though, because
They
they're
wouldn't.
like
They're-
holy.
They would
and stuff.
normal.
mummify him though.
Yeah, but that's
Yes,
different
but
from a
that-
sacrifice.
And that's to have them, like, go with their person.
Yeah, but there's some evidence to
afterlife.
suggest that they were proactively killing some cats to mummify them to include with, and not just cats,
No, I know
other
they would
animals
kill
too.
the cats along with the owners,
Yeah.
like when the owners died. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Those cats, they wanted to live.
yeah.
Well, I tried to share with both of
Oh,
you the
right,
joy
mummified.
of opening up a tomb of mummified cats in the bonus content from ages ago, and none of y'all wanted to come on that ride with me of how
No.
cool it was
we
to find
looked,
a tomb full
we
of
looked
mummified
at them.
cats.
We just didn't think the ride was cool.
No, I thought the ride was sad, and I wanted to get off of it.
Well, I loved that ride.
Well,
but think
that's
about those
nice.
cats didn't die in vain. They could be discovered centuries later.
Easy
and-
for you to say.
That's not very comforting. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back to the Bible then.
Do it. Bible away.
Whoever offers a sacrifice of peace offerings to Yahweh to accomplish a vow, or for a freewill offering of the herd or of the flock, it shall be perfect and to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein. Oh, they're more specific. Okay. Blind, or broken, or maimed, or having a wen.
What?
What's that?
Having a when,
What you got?
say.
Yeah. Wen, like the hair, like the super fancy hair products. Wen.
I've never heard of
Oh,
that.
is like
No,
a brand of hair
it's like brand
products?
of
Yeah.
Well,
really
ask
expensive
him.
hair products.
Isn't he a hair boy?
I don't know if
It was some celebrity hairstylist.
It was, yeah, it's
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I would like you to guess first.
I think Wen is like some kind of like bow legs. That's what I think.
Oh, interesting. Well, what would you guess, Emily?
Chaz Dean, that's who it was who made Wen.
Chaz Dean,
Oh.
Yeah.
that person we all know.
No, he's on a bunch of billboards in Los
Exactly.
Angeles.
Uh-huh.
You've seen him.
Look at this. You've seen that face.
I guess.
Ew.
He looks kind of like, who does he look like? Keith Urban.
Okay,
little
yeah,
bit.
sure.
Yeah, he's
sure,
kinda
sure.
Like
Keith
a
Urban
slightly
is.
less attractive Keith
What's
Urban.
your What's your guess, Emily?
On
what a wen
is?
Yeah.
A bad hairstyle.
So if the animal has a bad hairstyle.
So you're both wrong.
Oh.
A wen is a boil or other swelling or growth on the skin, especially a sebaceous cyst.
Ew. Okay.
Okay.
So no cysts.
Ew.
All right.
Also, apparently, archaic usage is an outstandingly large or overcrowded city.
A wen?
Really?
Huh.
Like,
the example sentence
Like
is
that boil of a city.
the Great Wen of London.
Oh,
That is
interesting.
an excessively large and overcrowded
Yeah,
city. I would
yeah,
have to
yeah.
agree
Yeah.
with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so blind or broken or maimed or having a wen or scurvy or scabbed, you shall not offer these to Yahweh, nor make an offering by fire of them on the altar to Yahweh, either a bull or a lamb that has any deformity or lacking in his parts, that you may offer for a freewill offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. Oh, so a freewill offering,
That's okay.
that's okay. But if it's a
But if
vow,
it's a vow, nah.
nah. Okay.
Okay.
And so, like, the vow offerings, I guess, are the, like, atoning for sins type of offerings. Whereas the free will is more of the just, like, maybe like the Thanksgiving offering that we talked about
just kind
way
of like
back
out of
when.
generousness.
Yeah, it's like kind of an extra thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that are, like, specifically to
Big-
get
big
back
deals.
in good
Yeah.
graces.
With
Oh, here we
God.
go. That which has its stones bruised,
Oh man.
It's testicles.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
dear.
Or-
definitely
Okay.
the testicles.
or crushed, or broken, or cut,
Okay.
you shall not offer to Yahweh. Neither shall you do thus in your land. Like, by the way,
Just
also
don't
just don't
do
do that.
that.
Leave your animals' balls alone, please.
Yeah.
Well,
wow.
We don't do that anymore.
What do you mean we don't do that anymore?
Well, we castrate animals all over the place.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah. Yeah.
But we don't do it by crushing them.
We don't.
No, thankfully,
So-
but we do cut them.
We do cut them. That
That's
is
true.
We
It
do-
does say broken or cut.
excise
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Neither from the hand of a foreigner shall you offer the bread of your God of any of these, because their corruption is in them. There is a blemish in them. They shall not be accepted for you.
The bread.
So
What?
you can't, anything that a foreigner has given you, you can't offer to Yahweh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, when a bull or a sheep or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days under the hen. Under the hen.
What?
Under
like,
the hen?
like the chicken sits on them in her little nest.
Catches them as eggs.
It's like, come here.
She's
Come here. I'm
like-
going to sit on you.
Yeah. What's that?
I was trying to do a little Google of that and not coming up with anything. What's the verse number there?
It's verse 27.
Verse 27. Let's see what we can find here. Let's see. The American Standard Version says, then it shall be 7 days under the dam.
Oh.
Also doesn't
What?
mean much to me.
What else we got? Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Okay. The Bible in Basic English says when an ox or a sheep or a goat is given birth, let it be with its mother for 7 days.
So it is like under the hen.
Yeah.
It needs to be with its mom for 7 days.
It's like incubating in a way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Basically saying don't kill it newborn, let it live a week and then kill
Let it live a miserable life for
That's
a whole
awful.
week.
This
yeah.
is sad. This is terrible.
Yeah, I know. How do you think I feel all the time?
Well, okay. No. Hang on. They're not saying that you have to kill it after 7 days. This is what it says. When a bull or a sheep or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days under the hen. And from the 8th day and thenceforth it shall be accepted for the offering of an offering made by fire to Yahweh. So it's just that as long as it's 8 days old or older, you can use it as an offering.
I know, but
See,
like
veal don't even get this. They don't even like get the opportunity to live that long. I mean, I guess they do, but not with their mother. They're ripped immediately.
But okay, before we go into super depressing stuff about meat processing, but like okay, when you think about it, when you have to make a rule,
Yes.
that's like just be sure you don't do it now. Like implies that people were trying to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the real bummer.
That they were
for me
trying to
here.
what? Trying to kill the thing.
Kill it
Little
right
tiny
away.
babies. They're like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the freshest offering.
I mean, they're 8 days versus like no days.
versus no days.
It's
Yeah.
not that much better. Okay.
Right.
Whether it be cow or ewe, you shall not kill it and its young both in one day.
Wow.
Jeez. When you sacrifice
Kind
a
of like
s-
how you shouldn't have sex with both a mother and a daughter.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
When you sacrifice a sacrifice of thanksgiving to Yahweh, you shall sacrifice it that you may be accepted.
How many times can we say sacrifice God?
Oh, many more. On the same day it shall be eaten. You shall leave none of it until the morning. I am Yahweh. Here we go.
Yeah,
again.
all
Okay.
right.
So clearly
that's a
that's
bunch of verses without
Kind of,
drinking.
yeah, we're kind of bookending it here. Don't put your glasses down all the way.
Yep, keep them up.
Yeah,
Therefore shall you keep my commandments and do them. I am Yahweh.
Keep them and do them. I like that.
keep
you
on
sh-
keeping on, guys.
You shall not profane my holy name, but I will be made holy among the children of Israel. I am Yahweh who makes you holy,
Woo! Drink.
who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. In conclusion, I am Yahweh.
In case you forgot. Did any of you forget? Yeah, didn't think so.
That's the end of the chapter.
See, I was picturing it more like the end of a concert, where it's like, I am Yahweh! And
You
the
see, you
fireworks
made that joke
go
last
off.
time.
Yeah.
You probably don't remember because you were drinking.
Probably not, yeah.
Because it was probably like the 56th time that you'd had to drink after saying I'm Yahweh.
And
That
probably
you did make that joke.
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
boy,
All right.
oh boy, oh boy. Well,
Okay, so this next
still
one. So
good.
there's only 2 chapters today, so y'all got to split up this last chapter.
Okay. In
However you see
in
fit.
20 at 20,
At
I'm
verse
gonna
20.
go.
Okay.
I thought, wait, how many verses are there?
40.
There's
There's
44.
There's 44. Okay,
So I'll
22.
read to 22.
Fine.
And then you start at 23.
Fine.
We'll go that way. Hopefully it's mid-sentence and we can try to pass it off
Fine.
gracefully.
Really,
Do
like,
it.
Yeah.
easily. Okay, you try that.
Okay, and let's get back to Leviticus 23.
Okay. So that's how that sounded a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was trying to be kind of movie trailer,
Oh, I thought that you were being like WWE.
I guess it could be that.
I've just been thinking about WWE because it's on John Oliver a lot lately.
Oh,
Dedeker
really?
knows what I'm
Is that
talking about.
Yeah, I watched
Is
it.
it like a thing that he's into now?
Yeah, he
no,
actually is
by-
into it, but he
By being on John Oliver a lot, Emily means it was on John Oliver once.
no a couple times.
Jeez.
This was not. It was not just once. Like it also happened like maybe 6 months ago.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll believe you. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Leviticus 23.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel and tell them, the set feasts of Yahweh, which is me, which you shall proclaim to
Not
be
yet.
holy convocations, even these are my set feasts."
Okay. So we got some feasts.
There's-
You're gonna
Okay.
tell us about feasts.
Yes.
Great.
6 days shall work be done, but on the seventh day is a Sabbath. But on the seventh day is a Sabbath of solemn rest, a holy convocation.
Okay. You've said convocation once, and
I've now said it twice.
I was gonna say you said it once before, and now you've said it once again, and I need to know what that means. I can't keep pretending that I know what it means.
A convocation is a large formal assembly of people,
Okay.
or
Great.
the action of calling people together
Oh.
for a large formal assembly.
Okay, got it. So
Convocation
it's the party,
time.
or the call to the party.
Right. It's both the party and the invitation
okay.
to the party.
Great.
Huh.
Okay. You shall do no manner of work. It is a Sabbath to Yahweh in all your dwellings.
Haven't we talked about this before?
I don't
The-
think we've talked about the Sabbath before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're just
We're ramping up.
We're talking about it again because why not?
Yeah.
Because
Why
you know
not?
what? Why not?
it's important enough
To be totally honest,
be
I know
repeated.
we complain about the Bible repeating itself all the time, but it's like we forget because we're
I
drinking.
forget all of it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
I do appreciate that this at least is repeating something we heard a while ago instead
Yeah.
of literally the previous chapter.
Yeah.
Literally
I
the
Sense.
previous sentence.
know. Right. Right. These are the set feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations, which you shall proclaim in their appointed season.
Huh.
In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, right? At even, is Yahweh's Passover.
So meaning like January 14th.
Well, the
No,
Jewish calendar for months is a little bit different than the calendar
they
we
use
use.
like a lunar calendar as opposed to
it's a different
Gregorian
calendar. So
So it's going to be different on our calendar every year.
yeah,
Okay.
Emily's face is so
yeah, you look so
skeptical.
confused.
I believe you.
Yeah, okay. So that's Passover. And I think this is the first time in Leviticus that we've referred to it as Passover.
I
'cause
believe
we talked
so.
about it a while ago
Yes.
and we were like, wait, is that Passover?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread to Yahweh.
Mm.
That's the very next day, right? So
Yeah,
the
seems that
next
way.
day.
Yeah.
7 days shall you eat unleavened bread,
Ugh.
aka Passover. I'm a big fan of matzah, actually. So
It's just if I had a little spread with it.
Yeah,
Well,
a
you
little
can
butter
have
on
spread.
it.
Yeah.
A little bit of
I
butter.
wouldn't agree with the butter thing, obviously, but
a little bit of
maybe
vegan butter, whatever
All
you
right,
want.
fine. If it's just going to be a little bit of earth balance, then yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
Okay. I really like it. Anyway, I'm
All right.
apparently more holy than you.
That's for dang sure. Maybe than me. I don't know about Dedeker.
I don't know.
Oh, he's
We'll
definitely
see.
more holy than I am.
Oh.
Trust me.
Am I the holiest
He's much
of the-
closer to God. He's a much better boy than any of us are.
Oh dear.
He's definitely more
That's
of
a
a
lot of-
boy than any of us are.
Well,
yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure to put on me. Let's move on here. In the first day, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work,
What does that mean?
manual labor.
Servant.
Yeah,
servant?
yeah, no
I guess.
manual labor. Yeah.
Okay. But you shall offer an offering made by fire to Yahweh 7 days.
What? Oh.
In the seventh day is a holy convocation. You shall do no servile
Okay, so
work.
we're bookending it. First day and
I see,
seventh
yeah.
day, no working. Great.
Yep. And do sacrifices of fire every day in between, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does that mean that you're going to roast an animal every day?
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
You have to.
No, you don't.
Well,
It's either that or some like pancakes or whatever it is that we
Ooh,
said was an
pancakes.
alternate, like the little
yeah,
like,
there were other offerings
weird
too.
oily flour cakes. Like,
Right.
but you got to sacrifice something. There's no getting around it.
With fire,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
Fire is not questionable.
Burn
Yes.
it with fire.
Okay.
Yes.
Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and tell them, When you are come into the land which I give to you, and shall reap the harvest of it, you shall bring the sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest to the priest. And he shall wave the sheaf before Yahweh.
I have this image of this priest who's just loaded down with all these like fruits and vegetables,
He's like,
trying to wave it. There's like some potatoes that are rolling down the street.
He's
and,
like,
the celery
shit.
is tumbling
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
Yeah.
dang it.
And shall wave the sheaf before Yahweh to be accepted for you.
As best as he can.
Yes. On the next day, after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. Again, I guess? Okay.
Sure. So nobody's eating it in the morning. Or...
No.
In the day when you wave the sheaf, you shall offer a he-lamb. He-lamb. The power of Grayskull.
Oh, man.
A he-lamb. Like, literally, this is
No, it's
hyphen.
Helam, the power of Yahweh.
Yeah. Wow, okay.
What is a he lamb?
Well, what do you think it is, Emily?
A boy lamb.
Yes, it's a boy
Yes.
lamb.
But why would you call it a he lamb?
That is kind of funny because
It
normally
is.
we only distinguish when we need to point out that it's a girl.
What, is it a she lamb?
Yeah, that's all we care about. So that is kind of funny that it's a he lamb. That's why I swear someone else is translating this section.
You think, okay.
Yeah.
It is a little out of
It's
character
a little bit
here.
different. There's like different choices of words. Like
The first translator got bored with Leviticus and
Yes.
was
Like,
like,
you know what? I'm out. You,
my assistant,
this
you
guy,
finish this.
you do it.
it's like
And
okay,
he's like,
man, but I'm
gonna
gonna
go
get
to
some
town.
artistic license here.
Yeah. I know. I'll put in a he lamb.
I'll leave my mark on history.
Yeah.
Okay, you shall offer a he-lamb without blemish, a year old, for burnt offering to Yahweh. Have we specified the ages of the offerings before?
We have, yes.
Okay.
This year-old thing is not the
Okay,
first
this
time.
is not okay. Great.
Like, do they have to get him exactly a year?
I'm sure it's
It's a
approximate.
yearling.
Yeah, yearling.
So, yeah. The meal offering of it shall be 2/10 part of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil, an offering made by fire to Yahweh for a sweet savor. And the drink offering it shall be of wine, the 4th part of a hin.
Well, that's new.
I think we should drink some wine for this.
Sin.
should drink wine anytime the Bible mentions wine.
Yes, I love this. I
Sure.
love that plan.
I feel like the New Testament's going to be a little rough then.
No, it's going to be great.
Oh,
Unless we did
man.
it like you have to match the Bible drink for drink.
No,
and then when
that's no
Jesus
good.
feeds
That's
the
no good.
masses, that's
Does
going to be a problem.
Jesus have a lot of alcohol in the Bible?
There is a story that has to do with wine, and Jesus is very
I mean, there are
famous.
several stories that are famous involving
Mhm.
wine and Jesus.
Yeah. But this is, yeah. We can't give too many spoilers.
I know. It's
Don't
hard
give
to
it-
like.
even
I would
though it's
love to tell
7
the
years
story to
away.
you right now, but I can't give too many spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be on our other podcast, Drunk Bible Stories.
Drunk Bible spoilers.
Drunk.
Yeah.
I like
Just
that.
the
That's
fan
good.
cast when
Drunk
people
Bible
talk about
spoilers.
spoilers.
I like
Yeah,
okay.
that. That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoever makes that podcast, let us know so we can
Yeah.
hook up about that. Okay. And the shall be wine, the 4th part of a hin, however much that is. I always forget. You shall eat neither bread, nor parched grain, nor fresh ears until this same day, until you have brought the offering of your God.
Do they mean like an ear of corn?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're meaning you can't eat any of your first harvest until you've offered something to Yahweh.
Yeah.
hmm
I'm assuming Yahweh doesn't need to eat.
He doesn't need to eat, but he wants you to make these sacrifices.
Yes.
That's the most important
That's
thing.
the deal. That's
That's
the
how it
exchange,
goes.
right?
That is how it goes.
Gods don't do things for free.
Mhm.
Apparently not.
Until the same day, until you have brought the offerings of your God. It is a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. You shall count You shall count to you from the next day after. This is weird translation.
Yeah.
Yes.
You shall count to you, meaning like count in your head. Count to yourself. Don't do it out loud. You shall count
wanna
to
hear
you
you.
from the next day after the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of the wave offering. Seven Sabbaths.
Seven Sabbaths
shall there be complete. From the next day after. So 7 more Sabbaths for a total of 8, I guess. Even to the next day after the 7th Sabbath shall you number 50 days.
What?
Even to the next day after the 7th Sabbath shall you number 50 days.
Yeah, okay, 7 times 7 is 49.
Yes.
And so then the next day after the Sabbath would be 50 days.
Okay.
After that Sabbath that you first did this offering,
Is that
She's so smart.
this wave offering.
okay?
Okay.
Yes.
And you shall offer a new meal offering
Yes.
to
So
Yahweh.
it's like 50 days in between, then you offer a new one.
I see.
Yes.
I see. So this offering gets you 50 days worth of being able to eat it?
It seems like just 50 days of another existence in the desert.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Thanks, God.
You shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves.
Wait, like loaves of bread, and then we're
It
waving
must
them?
be.
Clearly
Yeah.
loaves that are designed for waving. So
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more aerodynamic.
They've got kind of a handle built onto them for waving them around.
I imagine a stick with a bunch of cords coming from the top of it that you've like tied to your loaves of bread so that you can kind of jingle them around
I
like
see.
a rattle.
It just makes me think of the Neely. What is it? Who?
Brad Neely?
Yeah, just the Brad Neely guys, like with
Is
some
like
bread.
Just waving it around at each
Yeah,
other.
I don't know. It just like in that style of
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
cartoon.
Oh,
waving the
oh.
bread.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
What?
Oh, check
Yes?
this out.
Okay.
So you shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 parts of an ephah. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baked with yeast.
What?
Okay. Wow, Yahweh, like you are like in yeast again? I'm surprised. I'm impressed.
Just right for this one particular case here.
Yeah.
For first fruits to Yahweh. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
I know. Wow, amazing.
What a,
Yahweh's
what a
not
team
even
player
like, this
he is.
can have yeast, but this
no,
one
he's
needs
like,
to have yeast.
It's got it. It's got it.
I like to indulge now and then. You shall
It's my cheat day. 50 days later.
Oh man.
you shall present with the bread 7 lambs.
Dang.
That's a lot of lambs.
Yeah.
You shall present with the bread 7 lambs without a blemish, a year old, and 1 young bull and 2 rams. They shall be a burnt offering to Yahweh with their meal offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of a sweet savor to Yahweh. You shall offer 1 male goat for a sin offering and 2 he lambs, a year old for a
Good Lord.
sacrifice of peace offerings. The priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits.
How much does the priest have in his hands at this point?
I imagine the priests have to be bodybuilders. Okay,
Yeah, they've
that's
got,
the new
like-
image in my head. Is they're just like busting out of their freaking ephods or whatever the heck it's called, like because they have to lift a lot of stuff and wave it around.
yeah, and like wave it about.
I like it. I like it. Okay. So the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before Yahweh with the 2 lambs. And so he's got 2 lambs
Yeah,
too.
he has
Okay,
2
yeah,
lambs,
seriously.
the bread,
he is jacked.
the fruits.
He is he lamb.
He is he lamb.
Gosh.
They shall be holy to Yahweh for the priest. You shall make proclamations on the same day. There shall be a holy convocation to you. You shall do no servile work. I can't stress this
Yeah,
enough.
don't you even think about it.
No servile work. It is a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your fields, neither shall you gather the gleaning of your harvest. Right, we covered this before. Like, don't pick up the scraps. You shall leave them for the poor and
yeah.
for the sojourner. I am Yahweh, your God. That's a good transition to Emily taking over the
it's
second
me.
half of this.
Okay, here we go. Let me take a little drinky pinky.
Drinky pinky? That's good.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, shall be a solemn rest to you, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, a holy convocation.
I don't know about you. I don't feel like I can get some very solemn rest if there's blowing
of trumpets
Yeah.
all over
left
the
and
place.
right.
Well, he wants it to be special. So, okay. You shall do no servile work. You shall offer an offering made by fire to Yahweh. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, However, on the 10th day of the 7th month is the day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation to you, and you shall afflict your souls, and you shall offer an offering made by fire to Yahweh. You shall do no manner of work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make atonement for you before Yahweh your God.
Do you think this is like a different thing, that this is no work at all and not just no servile work? Or is this just, I was tired of saying servile, and so I'm just going to say any work, but really they mean the same thing.
I don't know. It's like literally no manner of work, like nothing whatsoever. I do have a question for y'all.
So
Like,
you just have to lay there.
Yeah.
think about it though. Like all these days where it's like you're not allowed to do any work, like no work whatsoever. But back in a day when you don't have smartphones, you don't have the internet, you don't even have books to read.
Ugh.
What do you do on a day where you're
Go
not
for a
allowed to
hike?
work? Maybe a hike.
Walk around.
Walk
Storytelling,
No,
maybe?
storytelling, that would make
Be
sense.
nice.
Because like my head immediately goes to like, well, you could sit and craft something, but I'm like, oh no, but crafting is
That'd be
work. Like
work,
you couldn't
yeah.
sit and weave, you couldn't sit and like dye, you couldn't sit and like get the laundry done. It's like that's work.
Right.
So,
Huh.
what do you do?
I really
Could
like
you
the idea
You
of...
could dance, maybe make some music.
Yeah, you could probably
Ooh,
dance.
yeah,
Perhaps.
learn an instrument. Take up a hobby.
I wonder if playing an instrument or singing counts as work.
Well, I do know my experience in Israel is that like playing music counts as work.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
So
Don't
they-
quote me on this. This is just kind of what I gleaned. I may have gleaned it incorrectly.
What if you don't
so-
play it well?
Then you're making everyone else work to be nice to you and listen to your bad playing.
All right, fine. Touche. All right, where was I?
Yeah.
28.
Mm-hmm.
You shall do no manner of work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make atonement for you before Yahweh your God. For whatever soul it be who shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from his people.
Whoa.
I know. Gosh.
All right.
Goodness. Whatever soul it be who does any manner of work in that same day, that soul I will destroy from among his people.
Okay, I'm going to balance out all this really intense stuff with my own observation.
Okay.
I actually really like the idea of celebrating a Day of Atonement every single year. It's something that I think the Jews have definitely gotten right. Because think about it, like I think there's something really valuable to one day a year where you actually reflect on like the things that you need forgiveness for.
Huh.
Like I think, and to do that on a cultural level, like
Yeah.
I think is actually a really important thing. You know, I think
Interesting.
it's not a bad tradition.
What are the things that I did that...
Yeah, or to
Yeah.
reflect on what are the things that I need to make right, or what are the things that I need to apologize for, or
Well,
things
do
like
you
that.
go and apologize for them to like the people that you know,
I imagine
messed up?
you probably could.
I wonder if that was part of it or not.
It would probably be a good opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
You know?
Huh. I'm still a little caught up on this. If you do any manner of work, I will destroy you.
Yeah, that's really intense, but
That is
okay.
pretty tense.
Yeah, although, you know what? I can kind of relate, because I sometimes want to convey a similar message to you, Dedeker, when we're
we
trying
have
to
discussed this.
when we're trying to take a
yes.
day off.
We have discussed this.
And
of how
you're
good
like-
it is to have really intense punishment for the idea of doing something productive.
Right.
on
And
a
I'll
day.
see you on your computer and I'll be like, "Are you playing a game or are you working?" And you'll be like, and I want to be like, "I will destroy you."
I will
if you're
destroy
working
you.
right now.
There you go.
Well, we should try that. We'll see
Yeah,
how
okay,
it
we'll
works.
see.
Yeah.
New
Yeah,
tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You shall do no manner of work. It is a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be to you a Sabbath of solemn rest, and you shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even to even shall you keep your Sabbath. Sorry, that seemed really intense.
Yeah.
Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, because he's only been speaking to Moses.
Yep.
We know that he's only speaking to Moses. He doesn't talk to anyone else. Let's be honest.
No.
Moses is his only friend.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's actually very explicit, like that he only talks through Moses.
Yeah.
Not even to Aaron, who's the priest.
No.
Right?
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't Aaron get to hear him once?
I think a couple times.
in Exodus?
Aaron got the backstage pass.
Oh.
and
Yeah.
got
Was
to
he like,
be
oh my
involved."
gosh, we're talking to God. Wow.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sorry.
so.
Yeah, okay.
And then God was like, that guy was a little awkward.
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't want to talk
Moses,
to him
can you
again.
Maybe not bring him around anymore.
Yes.
Like, just tell him, just like, here, tell him these things, but I just like,
Yeah, Moses, I
just
like
his
you
bad
because
vibes,
you
and I really
didn't
want
say
good vibes
anything.
only, you know?
Maybe it's that Aaron's like a little too much of a fanboy. And God's like, I'll make you the priest, like you're head of the fan club because you're great. But like, he's just a little too
clingy.
too into me.
really, yeah.
And Moses, I know you're a little indifferent. You've been that way since the beginning. So
Yeah.
like, you'll
like
be my
that about you.
messenger.
I like that
Yeah.
about
Yeah, so
you.
like you really don't need me, Moses. You
Right.
know, like you're your own man.
You're the prince
I like
of
it.
Egypt,
Uh-huh.
but we don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah, because from the beginning, Moses was like, no, you don't want me. I'm not.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't-
No. All right. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, On the 15th day of the 7th month is the Feast of Tents for 7 days to Yahweh.
Didn't we just celebrate like the week before?
I feel like there's
We
a lot
started-
of celebrations
It's
happening.
a lot in the 7th month.
In the 7th month,
Yeah,
like a lot
yeah, yeah.
of
Wow.
those.
Is that just because, wait, okay, the 7th month is what, July?
Well,
it's
but
your birthday month. I know. There's not a lot to celebrate. No, I'm kidding. Well, yes, please tell me. What is the actual month?
Well, I don't know.
It changes
It
a little
changes
bit.
because it's on a different calendar.
Well, goodness. Okay, fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't have a better answer for you.
I
that's
like
more
the idea of this
satisfying.
Feast of Tents, but yeah, it's not going to happen. Okay. So on the first day shall be a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work, of course. 7 days
course.
you shall offer an offering made by fire to Yahweh. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation to you, and you shall make an offering made by fire to Yahweh. It is a solemn assembly. You shall do no servile work. These are the set feasts of Yahweh, which you shall proclaim to be the holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire to Yahweh, a burnt offering, and a meal offering, a sacrifice, and drink offerings, each on its own day. Have we talked about drink offerings?
We've mentioned them in passing.
Well, we talked about wine a little bit earlier
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
all right, besides that, no.
Yeah.
Besides the Sabbaths of Yahweh, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your freewill offerings, which you give to Yahweh. However, on the 15th day of the 7th month,
I don't feel like he finished that thought.
I know, he totally didn't, and he's like, wait, I'm sorry, new thought, but like, just,
Oh my God.
we'll go
Yahweh
back to
is
this.
Jeff Goldblum.
I mean, I wouldn't be
Just like,
surprised
well,
if he were.
Okay, but this is just but the offerings, and it's just all the wave offering, and I just really think that like, okay, that's my new image for Yahweh now is Jeff
Jeff Goldblum.
It'll make me a lot happier with the rest of this entire book.
Yeah.
I see. So
like
you'd
that.
want to kind of recast Prince of Egypt so that instead of Jeff Goldblum playing
Aaron, he plays
Yeah,
Moses.
okay.
No, I
Alright.
mean Yahweh.
Jeff
Yahweh,
Goldblum,
yeah.
he doesn't play Aaron?
Yeah, he voices Aaron. We played that clip for you.
I know, but I thought he was like a different brother who was like, no.
You really felt like you were going somewhere with that.
No, he played the only brother, and yes, in that film, Aaron was kind of like,
Sheepish.
But he was like-
sheepish and trying to talk Miriam out of.
Moses.
Must-
And
must go
Miriam.
faster.
I forgot
Yes,
about
he's
Miriam.
very much like must go faster, must go
no,
faster.
Miriam, no.
Yes, exactly. You got it. Can we please keep reading?
Dang it. Okay, I'm sorry. Yahweh has said that he's Yahweh too many times again
Yeah,
in this.
yeah.
Okay.
Alright, from 39?
Okay. However, on the 15th day of the 7th month, when you have gathered in the fruits of the land, you shall keep the feast of Yahweh 7 days. On the first day shall be a solemn rest, and on the 8th day shall be a solemn rest.
How do they get
Wait, on the
anything done?
wait. What did I
I
say?
think that's the whole point,
Wait.
though, right?
On the 1st day shall be a solemn rest, and on the 8th day shall be a solemn rest. Okay, so like the 6 days in between,
Yes.
you're going
Right.
to work.
Yes.
Yeah, you can work a little bit.
You shall take on the 1st day of the fruit of goodly trees.
Oh, goodly trees.
Goodly, goody good. Okay, branches of palm trees and boughs.
Boughs.
Bows. Bows.
Boughs.
Come on.
Come on. Pull it together,
You can-
Emily.
you've
Pull
only
it
got a few
together.
verses left.
Just a
You can
few
do it.
verses. You
Yeah,
can do
you're
it.
right. Okay, boughs of thick trees. I can do this. And willows in the brook, and you shall rejoice before Yahweh, your God, 7 days. You shall keep it a feast to Yahweh 7 days in the year. It is a statute forever throughout your generations. You shall keep it in the 7th month. You shall dwell in booths 7 days. What?
Oh, this is
What?
Dwell
oh
in
gosh, what is it
booths?
called?
Tell me about this.
I know
How
what
does
it's
she know this?
Sorry, I don't know how I know this, but yes, it's a Jewish holiday where you build kind of like a little hut outside of your house and you live in that hut for 7 days. And my Jewish friends always explain it to me that it's to remind you of the time that the Israelites were camping out in the desert. So it's
Okay.
like you don't live in your comfortable house, you go out and you sleep out in the hut.
Okay.
If you drive around Los Angeles around this time, you'll see them. Like in people's driveways, they build these like huts. They're usually like pretty square, cubic little huts made out of sticks and stuff. And yeah, it's like you go out and that's where you hang out to. This is that part of that celebration.
Do you go into the house and like are you in there mostly all day?
You
and
know
then-
what? We'll research it and talk about it
Okay.
in the bonus
All
episode.
right, fine. All right. Okay. So you shall dwell in booths 7 days. All who are homeborn in Israel shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths. When I brought them out of the land of Egypt, I am Yahweh your God.
Oh, here we go.
So when people come into the restaurant, Emily, and they're like, I want a booth. I need to have the booth. Yahweh told me that he designed me to dwell in booths.
There
that
you go.
would be great if someone comes in and they're like, could we get a booth? And then you could just like quote the Bible back to them.
I'm like, your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths.
that would be so good.
There you go.
And they'll
be
be like,
so-
we're not giving you a tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then I'm not going to say it, am I? All right, one more line. Moses declared to the children of Israel the set feasts of Yahweh. And now we know all the feasts.
And those are the feasts.
Wow. So I think we'll talk about this more in the bonus content for patrons for this one, about the Jewish calendar and about these holidays and stuff.
Okay.
But I did want to clarify here that these ones that happen in the 7th month, this is Rosh Hashanah and Yom
yes.
Kippur,
Okay.
and also Sukkot.
Oh, yeah, Sukkot. That's
That's
the
the
one.
one in
That's
the
the hut.
booths.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sukkot. Yes.
There's also apparently a few others I haven't heard of before.
Okay.
There's a bunch of holidays in the 7th month, but we can talk about that more specifically in the bonus content. But I did want to bring that up.
Great. Wow. So, okay. So this is just like laying out, these are all the parties
Yeah.
and all the holy festivals that we
Yeah.
need to honor.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do you think the rest of Leviticus is going to be about these parties?
I don't know. That seemed pretty final in that last verse there,
Yeah,
where
he
they're
was
like, "This is all the parties you're allowed."
And finally, Moses got to say something. He didn't just have to sit there and listen. At the
Yeah.
end, he was like,
I will
he
say,
announced.
I am glad that it's like, and Moses told him all these things. Hopefully, in the next chapter, it's not like Moses then going and repeating all of these things.
Oh my!
Oh,
I wouldn't put
that
it past him.
wouldn't surprise
There
me
is
at
a
all.
risk
though.
of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, but yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll be interesting to see what happens.
So just 2 more episodes of
Mhm.
Leviticus. Wow. And then another book down for all y'all and
know.
all of us.
Tearing through them
It's amazing.
at
Yeah.
breakneck speed.
I feel like this is
Did.
a book I'm particularly proud of having read too, and
too.
trying
Read
to
it.
make sense of.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because
Yeah.
it's such a hot topic.
It
It's
really
such
is.
a disgust book.
Yes.
Disgust. Not like disgust, but like
No, yeah,
it
like
has been
a much-
discussed.
Yes.
a much talked about book.
Indeed.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I do get that sense of accomplishment, being like, yeah, I've read all of Leviticus. What have you done recently? And they're like, well, I've like hung out with my family. And I'm like, pfft.
I've read about how you can't have sex with your family.
Did you know that? Did you know you're not allowed to have sex with your family?
Anyways, we're very much looking forward to finishing off Leviticus with you in the next 2 episodes. Come back and stay tuned.
Thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including bonus episodes, new series, guest interviews, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes or Stitcher, letting other people know what you like about it. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email at info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Emily Matlack, Dedeker Winston, and me, Jace Lindgren. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. The theme song for the Book of Leviticus is Jet Powered Vixen by Kevin MacLeod. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.